this. Let's just disconnect. Let's see if that works. Did that work at all?
Man.
Ridiculous. Well, Aubrey gives us a thumbs up. That's good, at least. Yay! Oh, all right. These mics are going in the garbage.
Yep, we're done.
Oh my goodness! Every time we use these stupid things, they're ruin us to the channel. They have. I'm telling you, man, we had such a good intro.
Such a good intro and everything.
Nailed it. Finally. Oh, the rewatch on this is going to be
awesome.
Just terrible, terrible, terrible. Well, all right. Look, you want to do the intro again? We can trim this out later.
James, I agree. You could have had us going because we were like pumped.
We'll get to it. Yeah. Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
And I am Julie.
And tonight it is about the Ted Williamses.
Oh, we're doing this again.
Yeah, we're going to trim this
real
down.
Excited.
Oh, you come on! You're not helping. It's about the Ted Williams. It's about the Willie Mays. It's about the Joe DiMaggio's. It's about the sluggers.
I'm excited.
The heavy hitters. We're talking barrel proof tonight. We have 2 bottles we're very excited about. We are going to cork pop 3 bottles tonight.
Yeah.
And
let's say hello to you lovely people out there.
Trying to set the stage. Good grief. We are not on the same page at all tonight. This should be just terrible. All right. Well, shoot. Hank Aaron. There you go. Somebody gets it. Somebody's on my side.
I know. It's I said this while you couldn't hear us. I said it wouldn't be a Bourbon Van live stream unless something went wrong at the very beginning, because I keep feeling confident we're gonna get it right, and then it all falls apart.
This is the first time ever where the 30-second countdown timer went off and you actually saw us and not a screen that said it's coming soon or something like that.
Yeah.
Shoot. Well, look, we've got a lot of our
people here.
A lot of friends here. I'm gonna say a few hellos and make sure that we just appreciate you guys being here. And Julie's gonna pour us a warm-up whiskey because we've got these barrel provers. We're cork popping them. Got to let them sit for a little bit. So we're gonna start off with a little something. And
nothing better than OGD.
OGD bonded. This is what?
Is this a cork pop too?
It is. Yeah. What is this? Our 5th bottle of the summer. We love this stuff. It's just fantastic. Oh boy, I'm gonna get out of the way of that elbow. Oh, what a pop! That's fantastic. That gets a high five. Well, let me say hello to some people while you're doing that. James Taylor, Brian Nicholson, great to see you. Jeff Perkins, looking forward to that. D.H. Taylor, us too, bud. Melissa's here. Melissa, I don't think I've ever seen you on a live stream with us before. That's fantastic. Welcome.
Welcome.
David's here. Eric C. Whiskey Eyes, Leon, and Trisha. That's a fun name.
I like it.
Tyler's here. Hundy Proof. Am I the only one with no sound? No,
not anymore. I mean, hopefully sound now.
Aubrey's here. Welcome, Aubrey. John Beckham's here. John, we haven't forgotten about you. We know you want to see a tour of the van. We're working on it. We got some great news on some parts that we've been waiting on for a long time. So it's coming. I promise you.
We'll be like 90-ish% there.
Daniel, hello from just a bit north. Welcome, Daniel. Johnny Utah. Norman hit the dump button with his kitty paw. Yeah, pretty much.
Probably.
We're blaming you. He just ate.
He just ate, so he's couching it right now. He's gonna
sit for as long as he possibly can. He's like me after I eat. I just want to sit for a while.
Yeah.
There's Lyle Yepper. Oh, Yepper. I like that.
Yepper.
See? And I had an old-timey intro, so that works out. That's fine.
I do feel a little bit bad that I made you rush that intro because you were pretty pumped about it.
I was so excited. I had something to say, finally. I was going to bring something.
I know. It was a big surprise, too, so oh well. Maybe we can do that thing where you retroactively somehow get the audio going. I don't know if that's how it works.
No, it sure doesn't. I will never, ever, ever use these microphones again. They are garbage. They worked for 6 months for us. They tanked. We bought new ones, and they've never worked. That's why every time we're indoors, you hear an echo. We have apparently garbage equipment or a garbage person setting it up.
No, we'll just make it work. We're scrappy.
Mike Di Pepino.
Yeah.
I like that name. That's fun to say. Looking forward to the van. Me too, Mike. Yeah. We can't wait.
I don't know if you caught what I just said there, but I kind of like that with a scrappy YouTube channel.
You did say scrappy.
I like it.
Okay. Well, yeah, sloppy is probably a better name.
Oh. Depends how many how many we get after tonight.
Bourbon of the week is here. Welcome, Chris. By the way,
Hey, Chris.
Bourbon of the week. We're working on another video with him. We're actually going to record our part tonight, I think, after this, and that's coming soon. That's going to be a lot of fun. You did hear it here first. And by the way, Bourbon of the week approaching 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't seen a show, if you haven't joined in the fun there, throw a subscription that way because it's an entertaining channel. A lot of good information there. Ernie checking in. Ernie is a cat.
Ernie is a cat.
I mean,
the sweetest cat ever.
He's so soft.
So soft. It's unbelievable.
Aubrey Smith's here. OJ for hire. Okay.
Hey, you missed Eric C up there with the nice cork pop.
Oh, there you go. Eric loves it.
I agree. A good cork pop just makes the drink all the better.
It's so much. It's
so disappointing when you just get the little fizzle.
We've had some bad
clunkers,
some disappointing ones.
Yeah.
There's Joe Dawson. Welcome, Joe. Dan Shook, who fills the true savant. Hey, I'll tell you what, I've been lucky lately. I have been lucky. I think, and I've said this a couple times, and it'll ring a little bit true on Friday for this week's 5 Sip Friday. I'm pretty lucky to have a limited knowledge of whiskeys, because if I knew about more of them,
you'd want more.
Well, I don't think I would be able to identify them as easily.
Oh, yeah.
Because when it's from a distillery that I'm not familiar with, I'm a disaster.
Oh, yeah. When we do the craft ones, it's just all downhill from there. I always just am like, I've never had it, so it's craft.
There's Levi. There he is. Esquire. Levi Esquire. Well groomed.
You're not late.
Yeah, you're on time, but that photo doesn't appear well groomed to me.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Tim's on the road back to Florida, listening. Of course, enjoying the stream, I hope. Well, we're starting, of course, with OGD. I've got a little story about OGD that I'm going to get into in just a minute. For those of you that are on the bourbon subreddit on reddit.com, I don't know how many of you are on there, but we lurk, we comment under a different account sometimes. But there was a really interesting discussion on there about a dusty OGD bottle. So I'm excited to grab that bottle and show that off tonight because that's a lot of fun. James Taylor, glad to hear you guys. Cheers.
Hey, thanks, James.
We're glad to be heard. We need to be. Man, these mics. We got to figure it out.
It's fine. I'm a projector, a voice projector, basically.
That sounds accurate.
I don't know if I really need a mic. Every time I've sang karaoke in the past, it was probably better left with the mic on the table.
No, babe, you sound great all the time.
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
Thanks, James. We're gonna replay that sometimes, and you're gonna see the look on my face when I said that, and you're gonna hate me for it.
I think I'm slow. I just have a lovely singing voice.
John Beckham says, "How's the weather?" John, I gotta tell you, this is the first time all day that I've been wearing a t-shirt. It has been.
So let me tell you, for about 3 months, we've been sitting in this like 95 to 103 cesspool. Then this week, the smoke all started rolling in. I think I jinxed myself because I told somebody that it hasn't been so bad where we live, and then like the next day it was terrible. And then yesterday, 65 degrees. It went from like a 30-degree jump, and I was in a flannel today. It was weird.
Seriously.
It has been a roller coaster.
I went for a run in long sleeves.
Yeah.
Which I haven't done in a long time.
Still smoky though, so that's a real bummer.
We hear the sound is great. Thanks, Melissa. And okay, if we don't have karaoke in the van Wednesday, I'm going to be disappointed. You're asking for just a bad idea there, but we appreciate it.
I'm in. I think I'd probably enjoy that a lot, actually. A little whiskey in one hand, karaoke. I can sing a little, Whitney Houston, get real up there, and really, you guys would just all unsubscribe. And
here's the problem with that. Here's the thing. When Julie says she's going to sing way up there, what she means is way out there, because the volume versus the pitch is the place where we run into problems.
That's good. And I tend to shift when it gets too high. I realize I can't do that, and then I all of a sudden am like an alto, so I like shift from like whoop meow like down there. Anyway, enough about that. Sorry, you're here for whiskey, and we're talking about karaoke.
Whiskey Eyes is in Alabama. What's the weather like there? I'm curious about it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I think we should pop and pour these barrel proofers to let them open up a little bit while we sit
idea.
OGD and talk. So you want to grab those bottles? I'll introduce them, but first I want to show off the image that I've got here.
Are you gonna do it first, or should I pop this and pour?
You can start popping them, and we'll talk about them.
Do you want to show? Because it's so beautiful.
This is a beautiful bottle, and by the way, this bottle came to us by way of two of our favorite people in the world, Eric C. and Ruby Hart 921.
So
I was gonna make a graphic to celebrate the two of them.
I've been going like this all week.
Yeah.
Couldn't wait.
I wanted to make a graphic with the bottle and stuff. I couldn't. She wouldn't let it go. She's had it in a pocket or a backpack. She doesn't let it out of her sight.
I'm so pumped about this because we can't get it. And it's just
not available here in Oregon, that's for sure.
I don't know if anyone said anything bad about it, to be honest. So
I don't know anything about it at all. I've avoided all reviews of it because I'm so pumped to just try it and experience it. So thank you so much to Eric and Ruby Hart 921. So real quick, I'll answer this question first. What do you think of the Cal 15 back there? I have one, but haven't cracked it yet. We actually just opened it about a week ago and had our second pour last night.
Oh no, I forgot about the paper. I ruined it.
What? That was a busted pop.
Dang it. I'm gonna try it again.
There we go.
All
right. That was better.
It's too much pressure. I always forget about the paper.
This, by the way, is Penelope Batch 6 Barrel Strength. And Julie's going to pour these, and we'll put them in the super good glasses.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm paying attention.
Sure. All right. So super good glasses, and
still going to taste wonderful, even though I screwed that up.
Yeah.
There's so much whiskey on the table already.
Right. Well, we like it that way. It's all right.
I'm going to give this a nice pour because I just am.
Sure. So the Calumet Farm 15, it's taken a while to open up that one. It drinks considerably hotter than you would expect for 105, at least hotter than I would expect. So I think it's going to need some time to open up. But flavor-wise and finish-wise and aroma-wise, really, there's a lot happening there. It's just that the heat of it makes it a little bit difficult to find it all. So that's one that could use a little bit of time to open up. Do you want to write down that the super good glasses are holding the Penelope so we don't forget?
It's just like me to forget. So yes.
And barrel proof and karaoke. Yeah, there you go. So I think that bottle, I'm enjoying it. And by the way, that's the bottle that Julie bought me for my birthday this year. So I have to celebrate that.
Something good, something different.
I do think that it's going to open up nice. I think down the road when that one gets into our Advent tournament this year, our Advent whiskey tournament, I think it could do some damage. Once it's been open for a little while, that's going to be a good bottle.
That's definitely where our flavor profiles shift a little bit. That one's I'm going to give it another try.
Yeah.
On my end.
Sweltering. Yeah, Alabama, I bet it's sweltering there. It seems just muggy all the time, but I'll tell you what, we love visiting that part of the country.
Yeah.
A wee bit late, but how about that? Fellow Oregonians, welcome, Thomas.
Hi, Thomas. Yay, Oregon.
There's Mark. Mark, welcome. Good to see you again. Julie making the glasses even. She's very methodical when it comes to pouring whiskey. She's very even-handed.
I try to be, but
heavy-handed, but even-handed.
I was gonna say I try to be, but if mine had more and his had less, I'd probably just let it go.
I mean, that sounds accurate.
I don't want to miss out on any flavor enjoyment.
What? Yeah, that sounds like a thing. All right. Cheers from Houston. Welcome, John.
Houston. Got family in Houston.
Hey, that's right. We haven't been there in a long time. We're going to be in Texas later this year, though. We haven't been there in forever. I can't wait.
No, early 2000s. It's been a long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
So do you want to grab the Taylor and start preparing that? And I'm going to show you
we're doing both now? Yeah.
Yeah, we should get it poured so that it can open up a little bit with the oxygen. So I'm going to show you what I found today on Reddit. Oh, isn't that great?
She's so pretty.
It looks like a firework. Like there should be a wick on top of that.
I don't know how you got your hands on all of these.
Honestly, super duper lucky.
It might be the hairdo. You were swaggering in, got a new haircut.
Yeah, I
Little
sauntered.
style.
I sauntered a little bit. Yeah, when I do my hair, I feel like I can saunter.
Yeah.
I don't do it enough. Well, look, I've got a couple older brothers who they tell me frequently, and my
Less
folks do
than
too. Whenever they
perfect
see me, they say, you've got more hair than all of us, so you should celebrate it. And why not? You do it for your family.
You do it for your family.
So, is that beautiful? My goodness.
That's why I drink bourbon. I do it for my family.
Well, this is one of the surprise bottles, by the way. The first mystery whiskey tasting that we did this year was our friend Jay Bone.
J-Bone
filled a flask for us and sent us on our way when we were going on a camping trip. Had no idea what it was. Decided to do a video of it. That's what started the 5 Sip Friday thing. It was barrel proof Taylor, and that was the first time we'd ever had it. This is the new one, and I got to say, I feel so fortunate to get our hands on it because it was so good. We loved that one. What do you got going on over here?
There's a lot of plastic on this one. That seems unneeded, but that's what I'm gonna say.
It keeps the whiskey in. Wow,
does it?
That looks darker than all the other Taylors I've ever tried.
So tell me how you want to do this, because I remember last time I made the same mistake that I just did with the Penelope.
I use a finger.
Sound weird. Did not run a fingernail past the label, and then I ruined the little dollar bill or whatever that design is.
That's a barrel proof.
The barrel proof guy.
Yeah, that was a tax. That used to be a tax strip on bottled and bond bottles.
This is what he's.
And Taylor is the bottled and bond brand.
Great.
Except for this one bottle. Okay, pop that.
Someday you'll get to your OGD story I keep derailing.
I can't wait. There's a photo and I want to share it real bad.
I hope it's good.
Here it comes.
Oh, that was kind of lame too.
All right, Taylor.
OGD was the best one tonight.
OGD's the best one a lot of nights,
That's
if I'm being honest. Okay, so go ahead, do your thing. So, all right, here's the photo. Here's the photo of the OGD dusty bonded bottle that somebody posted on Reddit today. X Wreaking Havoc X is the name, and you can go on the Ben subreddit, or Ben on the Bourbon subreddit to see it. Look at that photo or that image of OGD himself. And OGD himself, we've talked about this before, is Basil Hayden Sr. His grandson Raymond created that brand line and put his dad's image or his granddad's image and name on it. Would you grab that OGD bottle so we can see the difference between these two?
I know, and I wish they would. To be perfectly honest, let me pretend like I know where the camera is.
Here, let's put it over here.
You're not doing
oh my goodness, I'm doing
me.
worse. I have to do everything backward. There we go. Okay.
No, there it is.
How handsome, right? So which one is the real photo? I think we need to look this gentleman up and find out.
Yeah, it's funny. Like he's a little bit like more stately.
Honestly, he looks like he's going to sell me some chicken with his whiskey, which I don't mind. I mean, it sounds great, but
yeah. I guess that one that you're showing right now, it's a little cartoony.
I like it though. I like it.
This
they could do a throwback.
This guy looks a little 1800s. He's got like the.
He looks a little smarmier.
Oh.
A little bit.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, let's go back to the comments and see what people have been up to.
Yeah, we're just off the rails.
We should put our challenge coins on here. By the way, Bourbon Van challenge coins available in the shop at thebourbonvan.com. And if you haven't ordered yet and you'd like to, we're using coins 51 and 52 tonight. So if you want some coins that were used on the show, request those too. I don't know if that's
Is that a selling point? Is that something people want?
I don't know. It's our first batch of coins. Yeah.
We'll wash it. Or whatever.
Yeah,
or we won't.
Lick it and scrub it off, like when you got dirt on your cheek and your mom scrubbed it off.
Oh, that was always really cute.
I hated it.
I know.
Tyler's from Virginia. That's it, man. We love that too. We love going out that way. Love some flavor and enjoyment. Thanks, Ernie. Can I be your brother? Well, I mean, why not? We're going to be in Utah pretty soon.
Johnny Utah.
Yeah.
Johnny Utah, is that a Point Break reference? Did I just bring this up last time?
I think so.
Yeah, probably. I love that.
Is it weird I opened the EHT with a knife to keep the paper nice?
It's probably a better solution.
I just used a knife to open something the other day. I can't remember what it was now.
Yeah. I can't be trusted with a knife because I'll just like crack the whole bottle or something. Let's go cut a finger off or something.
Thomas, you didn't have any luck on the Taylor Barrel Proof. Honestly, if it wasn't for another, we have an Instagram follower who apparently knows. I don't even know what the deal is, but he seems to know everything about everything. And every once in a while, he'll reach out and go, "Do you get this?" I go, "Nope."
Is he local?
I mean, our
it's
bottle,
my Instagram too, and I'm asking questions.
Our Elmer T. Lee bottle.
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah, he mentioned like 2 weeks before we'd even seen it on the shelf.
I know. He's got the 411 on what's coming. Like, he knew 2 weeks before that we should look out for something.
Yeah. Wendell wants to know about that Russell's. I'll tell you what, Wendell, that's good whiskey.
I'm assuming we're talking about the 13.
Yeah, everybody's doing their best of 2021 so far right now, including, by the way, Mash and Drum is doing his tonight, which we're going to tune in for. Yeah, we're going to have to do one of those videos soon because we do have some thoughts.
Yeah, that Russell's, I was almost hoping that it wasn't going to be as delicious as everyone said it was because it's just not available. So that seems so unfair to have something that's so wonderful. Yeah. It was just, I mean, of course, Russell's is wonderful, but it was really good.
Yeah, it was spectacular.
It's really rich. Like the flavors are just really, it almost felt more well aged.
Well, it felt interesting. It was unique because the Russell's Reserve single barrels we love, but that one is next level. Wondering where Norman is tonight. He ate and now he's sitting on the back of the couch. He may show up later. He gets real lazy after he eats, just like the rest of us do.
I will say he's been a little grumpy lately because we have a new little kitty visitor from next door. I'm trying to figure out if they want to be hooked up or not. I mean, they can't be hooked up, but like they're like frenemies. Like they glare at each other through the window. But then when they're like, we bring them outside and they just totally ignore each other. Like she's interested and he's like playing it cool.
Yeah. If you are on, if you're one of our Patreon supporters and you saw the video yesterday, that's, I think was it yesterday or 2 days ago? It's Luna. That's the name.
I feel like I've been talking a lot, but I've already dominated my OGD.
Geez, you were even busy with both hands. How'd you manage that?
It was really good. You had a warm up whiskey though.
Busy with both hands. So did you.
No, mine's still in the glass.
I finished mine.
Yeah,
Mike asks, what's a challenge coin? So a challenge coin is basically a ceramic type poker chip. They are two-sided and just and they're just big enough to fit over the surface of your Glencairn. And the idea is that it lets out the alcohol fumes while keeping the aromas in. At least that's our understanding. It's something that apparently if somebody pulls out a challenge coin at a bar and you don't have one, you have to buy the next round.
Is that a true story?
That's the story.
Oh man!
As I understand it,
now I gotta start putting that in my pretend wallet.
This is our first batch. This is our first batch. We've never had them before, so this is batch one. There's maybe 50, maybe 40 of them left. So we got 100 of them to start, and they actually turned out really nice. They're nicer than I thought they'd be. And I'd never used one or even touched one before we got these, and they're pretty nice.
I think they turned out really great, and they have little Norman on the back, which, I mean, I know Phil showed you, but man, I love that cat.
Yeah, I love the cat.
He's just such an old man.
Like a game-used jersey, like a game-worn jersey. Yeah, you guys get it. Have you guys tried, this is a good question from Daniel here, have you guys tried any of the smaller craft distilleries around Seattle? Yes and no. So one brewery that we like to hang out at up there because we have some friends who work there or own it we go to Ghost Fish Brewing sometimes, and across the street is it Westland? And we went in there one time and did a tasting, and that was nice. And I think it's Westland, and then and then Woodinville, of course. But beyond that, I don't think that we're familiar with any Seattle area distilleries, so we'd be open to recommendations. We go up there quite a bit.
I know. I was just about to say that we had 2 longer trips in Seattle planned, and they were both in the winter months. And I think it was like both during like the crazy snowstorm that you guys had. That once in a year snowstorm, and we had to like cancel all our plans. We have gone up just for a long weekend this year, but we haven't done too much, and I love Seattle.
Yeah, absolutely. Johnny Utah was a rebel. Actually, was it last week that I wasn't feeling well and my voice had dropped a lot, and I was doing a lot of Johnny Cash singing. So we're talking a lot about karaoke and singing tonight. A little bit.
Yeah. Why are you talking about Johnny Cash?
Johnny Yuma was a rebel.
I was like,
my bad.
What are we talking about?
My bad. Got the. Never mind. Let's click on the next one. Hey, Brad.
I thought you were gonna go Patrick Swayze or something.
As a rep?
Well, no, because Johnny Utah, Point Break.
See, that's a reference I don't know anything
yeah,
about.
so Phil, I keep trying to get him to watch it. It's just such a classic. Anyway, Patrick Swayze.
If
R.I.P.
I'm watching Patrick Swayze in a classic, it's going to be Roadhouse.
Sure.
Good evening, Brad from Tucson.
Tucson.
Welcome. Have you been to High West Distillery in Park City, Utah? No. Actually, what is it? 4 weeks out on our plan?
Yeah, we keep going back and forth. Not on if we want to go there, because of course we do, but if that's going to be able to make it into our trip or not. So hopefully soon, because I've only had the double rye from High West.
No, we had the double rye. We've had the Midwinter Nights Dram.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
We had the Rendezvous rye a couple weeks ago in Ashland at a whiskey bar. The newest one, which was.
So ignore everything I
said. It didn't blow me away for the price point.
Yeah.
But then again, we never had the old Rendezvous rye, so we don't have much to compare it against. But I didn't think that it was a $70 bottle. Our pour was like $12, something like that. I didn't think it was that good.
But I'm excited to hit that up. Well, and Park City in general.
Yeah.
Never been.
Yeah, no, we've
Crazy
never done
enough.
that. You can get away with a pretend coin, but only if you have a pretend wallet. That's a good call.
Yeah. It's filled with Monopoly money.
Right. Every time I look at Lyle's name and I see that little like minivan pop out, he's a member on our channel, and members have
what do you mean
that little icon.
Oh, I was like, there's no minivan.
I love it. It cracks me up. And every month, as he's with us longer, it'll change to a different icon. So the icons and the emojis they're entertaining to me.
I love it.
Austin, Colorado. Hey, another place we're going to be very soon.
Yep.
IC86 made it. Welcome. The dude Bellinger says Yahoo. Massachusetts. That's our 2022 trip. I want to get out east.
Oh, Massachusetts, yeah.
No, which puts Norman in the corner. Unless he does it himself. Sometimes he he likes to hide out.
I know. If he doesn't come say hi, I will definitely go grab him. He's been a little ornery lately.
I think he's pissed about the girl back outside.
Yes. And we give her a lot of attention because, like we said, it's been really hot here. And so we're always like giving her water and like giving her shade and whatever. But she's just the sweetest. And she's.
Oh, he's looking at me. See, he's like, I hear you guys talking about her. I know what you're up to.
I know.
Come on, the people want to see you. Oh, and then he just looks away.
No, he's just the sweetest.
I know. He knows exactly what he's doing.
I'm just getting a sneak peek.
Don't sleep on Point Break. Well, they remade it, right?
No, the new one is terrible.
No, I'm just gonna say if they've remade a movie, then it was good to begin with. So
it's not terrible, but it's this basically the same story. But you gotta watch the Keanu Reeves. I can't believe we're spending so much time talking about Point Break, but like the Keanu Reeves Patrick Swayze one is. I think I made you watch it like early last year or something. I don't know.
Daniel says Skip Rock up in Snohomish is my favorite. That's one of your marketing clients.
It is.
Fremont Mischief is good. I love hanging out in Fremont area. It's a lot of fun up there. Batch 206, 7 and 8 year barrel proofs right now. Well, sounds like we may need to sneak up to Seattle before we go on an extended trip elsewhere.
I like it.
Norman might not be in the corner, but I bet he gets into boxes and paper bags. Are you going to do a review vid on Calumet 15? Absolutely. That is something that is on the way at some point. I think it needs to open up a little bit more. I want to be fair to it. Did you just sip that?
I did not sip it. Okay. I've just been thinking about it. I'm not trying to rush you. I just get like really pumped up. I've been like real excited about trying it. So I'm just trying. It's like Christmas. Like I'm just trying to contain my enthusiasm. I know it's so good. The OGD.
OGD bonded. Come on. How can it? I mean, it's just so good.
And what's the price on that? Cheap.
Yeah. 20. I think it's 24 here, but I know it's cheaper elsewhere.
I love it.
Okay. Oliver, hey guys, love your channel. Thank you. And by the way, we haven't seen a ton of people tell us what they're sipping on tonight. And if it was early on, whenever we were having audio problems, we were distracted. What are you sipping on? Especially if it's barrel proof. Let us know what you got going on tonight. because what is it, a Wednesday? Yeah, we definitely should be drinking a bunch of barrel proof
Oh.
tonight on a school night.
We for sure should be. I mean,
yeah.
that's the perfect day to do that, right? Like,
How else are you gonna get over the hump? I suppose.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna clean the palate just a little bit here.
Just why look at that really good. I was gonna say just a little Norman update. He's up and walking around, so
Oh, we might get a sighting soon.
I'm feeling good about it.
Stay tuned. This is for the YouTube algorithm. This is how we keep people engaged. We promise them there's going to be a cat at some point.
Yeah, and then he shows up for 4 seconds, and then he's like, "F this, I'm out."
Tyler says, have you heard anything about Stag Junior Batch 16? I expected it here in Virginia by now. Actually, we just saw a couple of people flexing on Instagram a couple days ago that they had gotten a bottle of it. But we haven't seen anything here.
Flexing. It's probably true.
Brian Nicholson says he's sipping Reverend Bourbon from Norfolk, Virginia. See here, I said that correctly. Norfolk. New crafts in my state. Saw it 2 weeks ago. You like it then? That sounds pretty good. Leather and tobacco.
Ooh, caramel.
Man,
toffee.
every once in a while you try something that's got good leather and tobacco on it, and you think, this is old. I kind of feel like, do you think that that's what whiskey used to taste like? Or is it just something in my head? I don't know. I like the idea of it.
Try something that's 100 years old.
Yeah, we need to find the dustiest of the dusties. Yeah, actually, my dad is bequeathing a few of his possessions to us, and
I forgot about this.
And we're getting a decanter car.
Yeah.
That's filled with, I believe, some sort of Jim Beam. So I'm
it's
stoked
pretty
for that
old,
because
right? Like
it's pretty old. I mean, well, people have been giving him. He was given them as like annual gifts by somebody that he worked with for like 5 years back in like the 90s or early 2000s, I believe.
Which is pretty old now.
So that'll definitely be something that we feature on here at some point.
Yeah.
We actually just got another Stag 15, like randomly, not too long ago. So there's still probably well, I don't know if there's still 15s out there, but we were expecting a 16, and all of a sudden a 15 kind of dropped in our laps, which was crazy.
Yeah, it has not shown up in our neck of the woods for sure.
Oh my goodness, there's a lot. I missed a lot here.
Oh my goodness.
What are you doing there?
Nothing.
Do you want to try? Let's open up.
I forgot about these coins.
Let's open up this Penelope. Who said Penelope? That was a movie, right?
It was from a movie, but I don't remember what it was. What it was from? If you remember, like when instead of Penelope.
Whiskey Eyes is drinking Belmead Reserve. Boy, do we love that whiskey. That's great. Garrett's with the Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. Well done.
Definitely well done.
Austin's got some house blends.
Are you mixing that with house music?
No, he's mixing it with the bourbon band.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce, here's Bruce drinking Calumet 15. Cheers, Bruce. All right. What do you think of it? You let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
One Old Texan's got single barrel proof. A lot of Jack Daniels on here tonight. Aubrey with the Russell's Reserve 10 and a Petite. Man, you're living the dream out there. Look at you. Look at you. What do you want, Norman? What do you?
Can you hear him?
Can you? He's looking out the window at the cat out back.
I wonder if he
captions. Anybody tell us, what do you think he's saying to her?
Can you hear him meowing from the other room? Because it's funny.
There's Ruby.
Ooh, Ruby.
Ooh,
Ruby, thank you so much. It's very sweet.
That's right. This is an Eric C. and this is a gift from Eric C. and Ruby Heart 921. This came with a letter and a couple of samples for 5 Sip Friday.
The letter was like so nice.
Look, sometimes I think, man, are we doing anything here? And then we get some feedback or a letter or something like that, and we think this is what it's about. And that was one of those moments. It meant the world to us. So thanks again to both of you.
We're living in a simulation where just good whiskey shows up at our doorstep.
Well, we're living in a situation where we get to try this right now.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, she's a barrel proofer.
There's a lot going on there, huh?
Oh, she's very sweet. Ooh, almost like a pie, like an ooey gooey pie or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait to dig in more.
Like strawberry whipped cream on the nose. Wow.
Ooh, Wild Turkey 101 old fashioned. All right.
Cats only drink cocktails when it's hot.
Good point.
Is that 101 rye? You're drinking 101 rye, aren't you? I love that 101 rye. I got excited for a second. Old Forester 1920 for Melissa. Look at you. And Christopher DeVries doing some 1910 Old Forester. I mean, the 1920 and the 1910.
You got the 1920, the 1910.
Yeah.
That's just a lovely. You cannot go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Your evening will only successfully be wonderful.
Unless you have the 1870.
Or a lot of other bourbons too, but I just specifically like that one.
By the way, were we too harsh on the 1870 this week? Somebody can let me know.
No, it's $44. I think it's still. I think it's. I don't. It is good, but like, it's $44. It shouldn't be $44.
Mm-hmm.
When you can get the 1920 for, what does it run, 60, 65?
Yeah, 65-ish. What is wow, the mouthfeel on this is incredible. What is this? Does it have the mash bill or anything on it? I gotta be honest. I've avoided all reviews because I wanted to be stunned. It's like strawberry pie.
It's really good. So ours is 115.8 proof. I guess we should have read out the facts, huh? 115.8. It is batch. Good thing to say that's SB-01. You read something in the back. Oh, 46 months old.
3 years, 10 months.
Yeah.
There you go. Nailed that.
Non-chill filtered. Lovely.
Is that 4 grain?
Yeah, so I can read. Do you want me to read?
No, I just want to know if it's 4 grain because Tom said he got a Penelope 4 grain. Are they all 4 grain? I don't actually know anything about this brand other than it's MGP. 4 to 7 years is my understanding.
Says this batch was blended from. I'm gonna read it out loud.
Here it comes.
This batch was blended from 3 bourbon mash bills that are aged a minimum of 46 months.
But
in new American oak barrels.
Julie, by the way, sometimes when we're in the van, she will read things to me out of whatever book she's reading. And our friend Jim wrote a little book, a little short story, and he shared it with us. And she read it to me while we were on that extended trip for the last couple of weeks. And it's very nice. I got to say, you're better than Audible.
I try
because
I like to put a lot of inflection. I don't really change my voice for the characters, which I think like professional. Yeah. Hey, oh boy, I gotta go get the cat. I'll be right back.
Good grief. Jeff Perkins is sipping on some Lost Monarch, then cracking open a few new bottles. Lost Monarch, by the way, one of the biggest surprises of the year for us. Another bottle that was gifted to us by one of our Patreons. We cannot be more excited about that. That bottle is a huge surprise for us. And by the way, a few new bottles. Jeff, how much you opening tonight? What else you got going on? Can we join you? Somebody just said something about Evan Williams.
Ooh.
There we go, Thomas. Certainly not barrel proof, but not nature. 30-ish bottles you can replace it with. I'll be honest, that Evan Williams 1783 surprised me. I like it better than the Black Label, and I like it better than the Bottled and Bond.
Oh, did you like it better than the Black Label?
Yeah.
Ooh, see, I really like that Black Label.
I like the Black Label too, but that coconut note adds so much more interest to it.
That's true. You got a ton of coconut on that I was not getting. So
I got it on everywhere. The palate, the finish. Yeah, I love it. But $30 recommendation. I mean, here in Oregon, for that price, because there's no pricing things up, for $30, what can you get? Buffalo Trace is nice, but
hard to get. We got the OGD.
Buffalo Trace is easy to get here. The Buffalo Trace bourbon, the standard.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, the Russell's Reserve at $35, that 10-year.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that there's a better value in bourbon.
I would agree. Russell's 10.
It's so complex. It's so good. It's always on the shelf. People overlook it all the time. That's a great bottle. Lyle's got Penelope.
What about Elijah Craig? Phil's the price guy. I just kind of.
Which Elijah Craig? Regular Elijah Craig? It's about 94 proof is about $30. By the way, right now it seems to be single barrel store pick season in Oregon. There's Elijah Craig picks everywhere. There are Russell's single barrels apparently in the Portland area, which we don't really get up to as often as we should. They've got Ezra Brooks, Rebel 10. The Ezra Brooks, by the way, there's an Ezra Brooks barrel pick at Trailhead in Bend right now. It is. I tasted it side by side with the old Ezra 7. Old Ezra 7 here is $55. That Ezra Brooks pick is $38.
Oh, good.
And the Ezra Brooks single barrel pick at Trailhead, In my opinion, considerably better than the old Ezra 7.
nice.
It's delicious.
I want to circle back around to this Penelope. I'm getting like a lovely, like, it's almost like I make like a strawberry rhubarb crisp. I'm not getting the crisp part. There's no, I'm not getting
You
any
make
graham.
it, but you haven't made it in a while.
I know. I always forget. Rhubarb season is so short, and then I forget that it's here and that's
Rhubarb is
gone.
one of my favorite things in the entire world.
I know. Well, I mean, that just boosts your excitement for when it does get made. But I'm getting a lot of those flavors, like a lot of the, it's not like,
you know, you're right. It's tangy.
yeah, it's not like sweet, like you would think, you know, like that. More, you know, the rhubarb type sweetness on this. But like a rhubarb strawberry, not a compote, but like when they're all mixed together and you're kind of getting the sugars come out of it, and
the cinnamon and oak on the back, the oak on the back, the finish. You don't always get oak on a finish, especially with something that's not super well aged.
Yeah.
What is it? 4 to 7 years. The finish of oak is incredible on this.
Yeah.
I would say that the flavor of this matches the color of the label.
Yeah, you know, it's
the
interesting.
gold and the rose, something about it.
It's also funny, like when you think about barrel proofs, you think they're going to be like super dark, right? Like, I don't know what the color scheme is on that, but like more of a darker color. And this is very straw-y.
Yeah.
But still barrel.
This is lovely.
I mean, I know it's young.
This is great.
You know, 4 years.
Yeah. As this opens up too, it's going to get even better. It's actually really easy to sip at 115 proof too. Oliver, by the way, with the Kirkland bottled and bond. By the way, we haven't had that yet. The Costco's here in Oregon aren't allowed to sell
liquor.
that type of liquor. They can
weird
sell
rules.
like
State
they
rules
can
are
sell
so
like
weird.
They sell Irish cream, but they can't sell whiskey. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna find some while we're on the road.
And wine. Like, why can you sell wine and beer but not?
Because American liquor laws are some of the absolute most antiquated and ridiculous out there. Across the country, they're always different and they're always terrible.
I will say that we are gearing up for some travel and some van travel.
Yeah.
And I do love a good Kirkland stop for, it's like the best value. Like, it's the best value. Like, I remember when I was super into vodka a few years ago.
Super into vodka. You just drank a lot of it.
I did.
Okay.
But like, I found out that like the Costco vodka was like Grey Goose or something, which I wasn't buying at the bars. That was way too expensive.
Right.
So I say that, and then I remember we haven't been in the bar, like we haven't been bar hopping in years.
John says he's been hitting his local liquor store for Stag 16 so much they got a restraining order against him. Honestly, you're probably not the only one.
That's funny.
Look at this. I got Norfolk right.
Oh, good. It's funny about the Stag 16. Like, it wasn't really on my radar. We just get everything so late here, so I just wait for like the whiskey tube to start releasing that like things have come out in other parts of the country, and I'm like, oh, cool, we'll get that in like 3 weeks or 8 months, whichever comes first.
Honestly, we probably the Russell's 13. One of the reasons we got that is because we joined a wild turkey tasting during COVID time.
Oh yeah.
One of the local stores, Ben South Liquor, was having it, and they you actually like got to listen to a couple people from Wild Turkey speak. They showed you photos, they showed you some cocktails, they talked about their product. You kind of tasted along with them, and they sort of gave us the inside track that there's some special products or that special product coming out we never would have known about otherwise. Honestly, I don't even think it probably would have passed us by completely, but the timing worked for us to find out about that so that we could start being a pain in the neck to our local liquor stores, which I always feel bad about, but they've been very good to us. So the challenge is to keep the coin on top of the glen, especially when you drop it in your lap.
Well, yeah, especially when you forget about it and then it just, crashes to the table.
Look at this.
Nice. I love it. That's perfect.
John's going with the Knob Creek 12 tonight.
Ooh,
still haven't had that one. We actually thought we had a beat on it. Somebody from Washington offered when they were in California. They were like, "We can get it for you. We'll bring it back." But it was like $100 and some, and I was like, "I'm gonna spend $100 for it." Plus, I do think that we're gonna have a pretty good shot at it when we're in the Midwest. I have a good idea of where we'll find it. Well, a little hunting.
Bourbon hunting.
We got some family hunters. We're gonna gear up. Everybody's gonna have like a tote bag. That looks tough, and we'll get that done.
Yeah, do a little swap.
Got that Balcones Rye cask strength. That sounds pretty good right there. We've never had that. Love the channel with that echoes for. Hey, we know, Kyle. If it wasn't for these garbage microphones, which are going to be thrown out, and we're going to have to buy something new and proper. I don't know what's wrong with them. They worked great for 6 months, and then they failed, and then the new ones won't work at all. So it's got to be something else in my setup.
I blame Apple.
Yeah, let's blame Apple. Yeah. By the way, we still film on an iPhone, so it's not like we've got a lot going on here for gear. Barrel Seagrass, nice for the new. I bet it is.
Oh, Seagrass.
Grumpy Old Fart. Sealbach has batch 7 available, but I'm drinking Huber Starlight Barrel Proof Selection from Sealbach. I hear great things about Huber. When we go, we're going to be in Indiana a month and a half from now. And that is one of the things on my list to do is to do sort of an Indiana whiskey roundup. We have some bottles being held for us already. We have some other things that we're going to find there, but Starlight and Spirits of French Lick.
Yeah.
We hear amazing things about what they're doing over there, so we're eager to get over there too. There is actually a bottle of 4 grain being held for us that I'm stoked about. Henry McKenna, 10-year, worth $45. You think? It's 50 here, and when we run out, we try to keep one on the shelf. We don't keep a backup anymore, but
I think
it's around
45
sometimes.
is a good deal for the 10-year.
45 is pretty good. It's 10 proof points higher than the Russell Reserve and the Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare here sells for 32. I know it's not that price most places out there, and Russell's is 35. I honestly, most people I talk to these days say that they get more bottles of Henry McKenna that they're disappointed than they're not disappointed in. It's still good whiskey. I'm down on it for the price here because it's over 50 now.
Well, and I'll say that for me, that's a palate choice. Phil really enjoys the McKenna 10, and I've tried it over and over and over and over, and I just cannot get behind it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I say that it's a good deal because I know that people really enjoy it, and at 45, that seems probably great.
I would agree.
If I was just hanging out by myself, and obviously, if you like it or not. It's just not my favorite.
It's tough. There's just so many great bottles of whiskey out there now. But for $45, you think about what's in the $40 range, there's not a ton that's awesome. There are a lot of bottles from like $38 to $45 outside of like Rare Breed.
That's interesting.
What blows your mind?
I was thinking like the $20 range is like there's a lot of like haters in the $20 range.
There's a lot of bottles that are surprisingly good at the $20.
And that $50 and $60 range is like there's a lot. I mean, I'm thinking 45. I don't know why. And I don't even drink it all that often anymore. But that what is that rye that I love? We have too many bottles now.
Which rye?
Oh crap.
Here it comes.
The one that tastes like a old-timey diner.
Pikesville.
Oh gosh, yeah, the Pikesville. That's like a 45.
Yeah,
it doesn't really count.
Well, that was 45. I think it's back up to 50 now. But yeah, I mean,
you're right. It's
1792 products. Most of them, the bottle and bottom, the single barrel, both sell around the $40 price range here.
Yeah,
that's about it.
It's an interesting price
point
because me.
So I guess yeah, $45 because nothing else is great at that price range.
There's a lot that's good.
Then James sipping some of that 11-year-old Dickel. Hey, we've got the new 13 here. We're going to do a 3-way comparison soon, but I think we sort of wore out our welcome on Dickel with our bourbon review. People didn't seem to like that too much. There's a lot of Dickel haters out there, but I think that the bottled and bond, the 11, 13, and now the 13, 11, and now 13 year, I think it's well-aged whiskey at a decent price. $45. I think it's value.
It's funny because you read some of the comments, people like it, don't like it. Excuse me. And then
pardon you.
And I will say that I was in a happy-go-lucky mood when we filmed that, and so I am really interested because I did make the point where it's like, ooh, I love this today, but tomorrow probably I'm going to be like totally down on it.
That fake orange
flavor. Yeah.
I sometimes love that fake orange flavor, and other times hate it. So that's going to be an interesting one. That bourbon will be in our Advent tournament at the end of the year. Yeah. That's going to be, and it could surprise us or it could not.
Damn, thanks, Tim.
Norman, your feline overlord. If you knew the things that we do for that cat, do you know 100% of the time when I wake up, whether it's the middle of the night or the morning, and I look over, it's not Julie's face that I see, it's the cat's face.
Yeah. Well, that's because he's 100%. Basically taking up the entire, he's this big and he takes up about that much. Wait, you can't even see. Oh, I gotta learn what the camera works.
It's the opposite.
That much of the back. Like he's not a vertical sleeper. He's a horizontal sleeper.
I'll tell you what, we're going to learn a lot about him and ourselves. We are taking a long, extended trip over the next couple of months.
We're
and
good.
across the entire country. And Julie going to run the marathon in Chicago. The way there, the way back. We are not going to be alone this time around. We are going to have a cat.
So we've taken the cat
on
a
weekenders.
couple times on weekenders. It's fared decent. It hasn't gone great, but we have a trial run coming up, and then we're just gonna go for it. We'll see how it goes. He is, I think, if he was 5 years old versus 15, it probably would go a lot better than this. But at the same time, he rolls with it. So we'll see.
He'll be happier with us than he would be staying here with somebody that he doesn't know, or whatever it might be.
Yeah. So we do actually. It's funny because Phil's like, we should do this. Usually I'm the like, we got to do this and this and this and this and this. And Phil's like, hey, while we're in Park City, we got to do, go to the High West, and we got to do this and we got to do this. And I'm like, the cat. Like I'm all like, we can't leave the cat. So we're trying to
nothing that we're gonna do
scales there.
Nothing we're gonna do is gonna take all that long. Besides a couple of your training runs, which you'll be fine.
Yeah. I'll just be passed out on the road anyway.
Aiden's here. How you doing, Aiden? Welcome.
Aiden.
Here we go. Jeff Perkins. Oh, by the way,
Wilderness Trail.
3 bourbon mash bills.
Oh.
This is the bourbon mash bills. That's a lot of percentages.
I like it though.
Thank you, Bourbon of the Week, for the information.
Really oh, it's over here. Jeez Louise.
You're doing great.
Talk about old-timey references. I keep pulling those out. You did it the other day on I think the video for Monday. We keep I said, "Geez Louise." Who says "Geez Louise"?
I think I said hot dog.
You said hot dog.
Yeah, Monday's video has another old-timey.
Oh no, hot dog comes out I think next week or something. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a young man anymore. I haven't been in like 10 years.
We pretend.
Uncorking a Wilderness Trail pick and found North Batch 2 whiskey.
Nice.
Welcome to come over for some pours. Well, Jeff, don't.
Love to.
I mean, you sent us some hitters. So, by the way, we still have more of them here. By the way, we have 8 boxes just out of frame over there. We have so many 5-Sip Fridays, and this is a new announcement. Everybody else gets to make an announcement, so I'm going to make an announcement myself.
Oh, I don't even know what the announcement is.
5-Sip Friday started as a summertime. Every other week we were going to record.
I think it was originally like once a month.
No, it was going to be. No, I think it was going to be once a month. We made it every other week. We've received so many samples from all of you.
Love, guys.
That we made it a once a week.
Yeah.
Now we're going to do it 5 days a week. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're not.
We are going to. It's not just a summertime thing.
Oh, see, this is news to me.
We have samples. We have so many samples. We're going to go rip it through the end of the year.
Till the.
And chances are pretty good.
Whatever
it's
happens
stay
with the
and be a part
calendar.
of our thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna stay and be a part of our thing. I think we're probably gonna start doing some live streams with them too.
I'm not gonna lie, outside of the live streams, because I always get done with these, and I tell Phil, I'm like, man, that was really fun. Like, people are awesome. It's just people are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Yeah,
I have so much fun. Those 5-Sip Fridays, I don't know if they're entertaining for you guys. I hope that they are, and I hope that you're playing along.
Yeah.
Not that we always give totally stellar tasting notes, but they're definitely my favorite. Mm-hmm. I know they're not probably helping you pick whiskeys and bourbons off the shelf, but
whatever.
They're fun.
Livewire whiskey in the house.
Ruby,
how you doing, Livewire?
Correct.
Welcome. Yeah, Ruby.
Correct.
He's
the price, and he tells me this is supposed to be amazing, and I'm like, cool, just put it in my glass.
Put it in my glass.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
That should probably go on a t-shirt. Put it in my glass.
Put it in my glass.
Fremont Mischief Storm-Tossed Rye.
Wow.
Well, okay. All right, Daniel.
We need to start a Bourbon Van Google Sheets or whatever, and we're gonna have to start.
I have a spreadsheet. I was thinking about sharing it with our Patreons.
Yeah,
keep
adding
a score on
in
notes,
what we need to try.
What to try.
Well, yeah, because there's things all over the country we can't always get stuff, but you know, there's things that, you know, we have friends and family Patreons all over the country that if we
Did I finish
swing
this
by,
before you, by the way?
probably. I mean,
Big winner.
so chatty.
Starter and a chaser. Your show's really taking off. Nice job. Well, we honestly,
Good name.
I love that name. We do love a whiskey and a beer. That's kind of my favorite way to
Is
drink.
it like I'm always telling Phil, I'm like, I think we're doing all right.
I think we're doing all right. Hey, look, 3,500, and we are not even we're what 10 months in or 9 months in or something like that. 3,500 almost subscribers. We have you guys to thank for that, and we're thrilled about it. And
1,000%.
we try to be helpful. We try to bring a lot of you know.
I try to be serious about my notes, but when it comes down to it, I tell you honestly, if I like it or not, which usually goes against the grain. No pun intended. But like, you know, usually goes against the Greater Whiskey Tube family.
Yeah. I mean, we
because I'm just
it's like we said earlier, you don't always know how things are going to be received, and
I'm more of a social.
Yeah.
Well, in general, I'm just a social person, but like a social drinker sounds weird, but you know, like I just like what I like.
Yeah.
And you're very much more thoughtful about things.
Yeah. Van Alert on the road again. Absolutely. This is, by the way, we're going to be on the road for months. So if you don't like our outdoor stuff or our that sort of thing, if you prefer us in this setting, I'm sorry. It's going to be
I know we're going to have a bunch of weird.
This weekend we're going to be not anywhere around, and we are behind on videos, so we will be filming outdoors this weekend. Yeah.
This will actually be like, well, if it works out, because the weather it's a little bit tricky where we're going to be this weekend.
We might be drinking in a blizzard. Yeah, who knows?
No, not a blizzard, but if we can make it work.
Spectacularly beautiful.
It's going to be really cool. And it's a 5-Sip Friday, because we always try to do our 5-Sip Fridays somewhere that's not indoors.
Yeah.
Or in the van. I mean, the van's cool, but like, it's just a car.
The van is cool to be in. It's not cool to watch things be in. Thomas says he's excited about the Russell's 10 year, and by the way, we are too. I mean, honestly, it's the bottle that we return to. Oh yeah, it's the bottle we return to over and over and over again, and for some reason, it's become our summertime van sipper. I suppose it's because early on in our whiskey sort of life, we were putting ice in our whiskey a lot. Russell's 10 Russell's 10 was the first one where it would be 100 degrees out, and we'd be in the van and we wouldn't have access to any ice, and it didn't matter. We could drink it neat, and it blew us away for that.
I know. I hope you enjoy it.
Cheers, Oliver.
We
love drinking with you.
Yeah, I'm actually just like that Russell's 10. I think I know it's like been around for whatever, but
yeah,
it was new to me this year, and I was blown away by it.
Yeah, the Russells, they make it. Well,
most things are new
about a year ago.
I was gonna say most things are new to me this year. So.
McKenna for 80.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
52 for 1910. Hey, that's $3 cheaper than we get it.
Nice.
22 out of. Hey, give us some thumbs up, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
What are you doing? We do appreciate it. Yeah, honestly, the YouTube algorithm, we have no idea what we're doing out here. So we're thrilled that we've got such a great community. You guys are
so
great.
Much love. I mean, it's just really nice.
East 78210. Cheers.
Cheers. Of course.
Here's Jake saying he's just got his first bottle of Buffalo Trace in 3 years, and it's really smooth. Jake, I wish that it was more readily available. 100% of our videos, somebody goes, I can't get that here. And, I don't know what to say. It ties into that video we're doing with Bourbon of the Week in the near future, where it's basically how to get bottles you can't get.
Right.
And for us, it sounds easy for us to say, but we are on the road with the van so much that it's hard for us to recognize, like, but these bottles, we know bottles aren't available everywhere, but we find bottles in the randomest places. And
but it is, we do try to hunt for them, but you do have to have that person who is like, we're not paying $200, like, honestly, you can obviously pay if you have a budget that just allows you to pay whatever you want. You can find anything that you need, but it is unfortunate because Buffalo Trace, we did a video a couple months ago just Buffalo Trace, and we hadn't had it. I don't think I had it in
years.
years.
Probably 2 years.
And I forgot about how just delicious it is at
It was great.
$26 here, and it's just.
The latest bottle we got a 750 milliliter for $22, and we knew that was good. We just knew.
Can I just comment back on this Penelope one
Please
last
do.
time? Because I know we're moving.
By the way, AJ drinking B520, and AJ, that's the best, man. That's my favorite. That probably is my favorite whiskey of all time.
Which is funny because you didn't pick it in the barrel proof challenge.
I know, but sometimes things are more satisfying, whether it's blind or not. Like when you're not blind, who knows? When it's. I find it so satisfying when I pour it. I know I'm going to enjoy it, and there's just, everything about it is great. I honestly think that blind tasting between A121, C920, and B520 just shot my palate, I think.
The blind tastings are a little bit tricky for me because, one, I overthink basically everything, but it does like mess with your palate a bit. Because when you drink something just one to one or whatever, the flavors come through so much more, but when you're comparing them, then everything just kind of gets
totally. Yeah, when you
I'm not getting any of the flavors that I know that I should get.
Those opposing flavors can change things dramatically.
So
Eddie's here. Hello, Ed.
Hey, Ed. I just want to say one last on this Penelope. My glass is empty, and the glass smells heavenly.
Yeah.
Like
the Penelope, by the way,
the brown sugar, the vanilla, the sweetness of the fruit. It's just really great.
The aroma and the palate, strawberries, that pie you were talking about, the fruit pie, the strawberry rhubarb crumble, all that stuff. And on the finish is where the heavier stuff shows up. The oak, the baking spice, that sort of thing. Drinks easy, super flavorful. It's delicious. Yeah, we honestly can't say enough about it.
And I'm going to say that it's only going to get better because that was a neck pour, which we all know that it's not the best pour out of the bottle.
Yeah,
and
that'll
so
open up and
I
be
think
terrific.
it's going to be like those like flavors, like what I'm smelling in the glass right now. I think those are going to be even more pronounced.
Yeah, this whiskey is absolutely delicious. We're so fortunate, so happy to have it. Eric C, Ruby
Thanks
Hart,
again,
thank
guys.
you so much. This is
So
delicious.
nice.
Eddie's going Wild Turkey 101. All right.
Never a bad choice. Oh no, I know it. Maybe not every video, but every third video, I probably am like, how many is that? No, probably every video behind the scenes, I'm like, how many have we taken so far?
I cut a lot of that stuff out.
I could have like 8 more. I just kind of know. I do try to be honest, though. I will say, like, you could potentially not have just 5 sips, but we do stick to 5. Like that's an honest thing.
It is. Yeah, we play by the rules. Patrick can't get over the wolf running couch. Patrick, neither can we. Honestly, didn't see it till we edited it. I don't know what to say. We've had some weird 5-Sip Friday experiences. The next one actually spectacularly beautiful on the Oregon coast. Sunset. I mean, the best drinking ever. We like the outdoor vids. Absolutely.
Good.
Coming to South Carolina?
Not yet, but
Not
we
yet.
are doing. I want to do an East Coast, a full East Coasty thing. We're heading to Chicago, and then actually we don't know where we're going from there. But
we know we're going straight south because
we'll probably cut south and come back. We're unfortunately we're coming at kind of an interesting time because the whole purpose is to endpoint at the Chicago Marathon, and then we need to circle back before winter hits.
But
so
we have another announcement. Well, it's not even an announcement because it's not set in stone yet. But we've been talking to Jason from Mash and Drum about doing a video with him in Columbus.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I think it's Columbus. It's somewhere in Ohio. I think Columbus. After we leave Chicago. So that's the hope.
Logo says.
That's the hope that we'll meet up with him. What I'm hoping we do, I haven't told him this yet.
Oh, well, now you have. So it's like.
But what I'm hoping we do is like a home and home, like a hockey thing, where like one team plays one team in their home and then they come back. I want to do.
You mean invite him out to Oregon?
Well, I don't know if he's going to do that, but channel for channel, we'd love to be on a live stream with him and then have on for one of our 5-Sip Fridays. I think it'd be so fun. We love Jason, so which we're in overtime here. We're missing his stream right now. Ed, we're actually doing a tasting in Montana for a van conversion company. They invited us to their weekend. We're going to be doing a series of tastings for the people that are gathering there. We're excited about that. We can't wait. We're going to be in Bozeman.
I love Montana. Only spent minimal time there. I'm very excited because we'll be in Bozeman for 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days.
It is for something else, and we were invited, which is so lovely. I mean, we know the company as well, but to do a whiskey tasting with the people that are attending this van weekend,
Can't wait.
which is going to be fun. So,
by the way, Wayfarer Vans. Let's shout them out. Wayfarer Vans of Colorado. We love them. They've been terrific for us. They hooked us up with. They gave us the courage to do it in the first place, and so we can't say enough about Wayfarer.
Lovely people.
Love seeing. Hey, we do it. We do it too. We love. It's our favorite. 5 Sip Fridays outside. That's our favorite. I don't know what we're gonna do this winter. Cheers.
Well, we can go snowshoeing. We'll make. I mean,
that's actually true. It'd be cool to do some like mountaintop stuff.
That'll keep us
By the way,
warm.
we're gonna do some mountaintop tasting next week.
Wait, that was the surprise we were talking about earlier.
You were talking about surprise?
When we were talking about 5 Sip Fridays in the.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Oh boy.
Brian, 6 years. 6 years till you're going to be out there. Look, whatever you do, stay on track. Don't give it up. Don't give it up. It's too easy. It's too easy to let that dream go or to let it slide. Hang in there. Keep doing your thing. We're rooting for you.
Yep.
Doing any videos for my home state? Yeah, we're gonna record that live tasting. I don't know if that's gonna be.
It's probably going to be more of a
not live tasting. We're going to record the tasting. It's probably going to be Patreon only for that one.
Yeah, but we of course.
It'll be silly not to do a 5 Sip.
We will do a 5 Sip Friday because you just can't. I mean, anytime I can get another state under my belt, I'm pretty excited. So for sure that.
Cheers, David. We love you too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, David. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Long videos equals money from premium members, especially if they download your video. I actually don't know anything about it. We don't do really long videos. We try to keep them 10 minutes or under because we know that everybody's busy and they've got so many channels to watch. There's so many YouTube channels out there. We learned that lesson with our admin tournament last year, where some of them were like 20 minutes because we were like, I can't decide.
I know we're trying to get better on our editing.
To it, you know. Some of those admin tournament videos this year are going to be live streams.
I know we have been trying to keep things like 15 minutes and less. I mean, 5 Sips obviously a lot quicker.
Can we sip this, Taylor, real quick?
Yeah.
We've been dragging this out. I feel like not intentionally. I promise you.
Only because this smells
good.
Great.
Grief. Come on, it's tobacco. It's vanilla. It's leather. It's a little bit of cherry.
It smells very rich.
Oh, there's so much.
I'm getting so much like caramel and oak on this.
Goodness.
Yeah, we try to keep them just a little bit more bite-sized. Not bite-sized because 15 minutes is a long time to keep, people's attention these days. But just everyone's busy. So
thank you, Whiskey Eyes. We appreciate that. That's a big deal for us.
Thank you. Lovely. Hey, we got cheers. It's a new glass.
Are we sipping it?
I'm ready.
I bet you are. Here we go.
Cheers, everyone. And if you're on a second glass or fourth glass, whatever you're on, let us know what you're drinking.
Especially you, Wendell. Where'd you? Oh no, it was Jeff that said he was going to be drinking other things. Ooh. Okay, that's special. That tastes like special whiskey.
How interesting. So if you've watched any of our earlier...
Ooh, it got hot.
That is... No, I'm good.
It got big. It got big. That's big flavor.
That is exactly. It got big. So what's really interesting about Taylor for me specifically is that I was never a big fan. Like I could never really understand basically the price point to what I was drinking until I tried the rye. Remember that rye? I was just like all in.
Yep.
This.
Dude, Taylor Barrel Proof.
Whoa.
Come on.
That was only one sip in too.
I know. It is hot though. This brings the heat.
Part of me is like,
what is it? What does it say?
Liking things that are hard to get.
I know. What is this? 127 proof?
Oh yeah, I should probably. Oh, I'll put the bottle out.
127.3. It looks like
127.3. Trying to think if there's any.
Wendell says nothing beats a good road trip. Which, by the way, I completely agree. Heading south for Bourbon and fun roads. Yeah, if you're driving that, I bet it would be a fun time right there. I will say the van. Not that much fun to drive.
Oh, I love driving the van.
I do too, but it's not Mustang GT fun.
Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't read that. Sorry, yeah, no, it was.
I was kind of curious about your thoughts on Booker's. I was lucky enough to pick up the last 2 batches, struggling with the $90 price tag compared to others. Totally agree. By the way, we have the the football batch back here, pigskin batch. The other batch is literally sitting on the shelf at our local liquor store. I can't bring myself to spend $90 on it. And if I didn't have this channel, if we weren't doing this thing, I probably would buy it just to have it in the collection. But because we do this channel, the idea for me is like, I buy bottles like Evan Williams 1783. I buy things like Old Granddad 80 proof that I would never buy otherwise, because we want to provide like a service to everybody that drinks. We want to provide information. So I think probably if I was a collector and I wasn't collecting, like, our bottom shelf has expanded to 2 shelves, by the way. We buy a lot of cheaper whiskey these days. If it was just strictly for myself, I would probably have those other batches, but $90 is high for Bookers. I think that when you look at
peanuttiness of the Bookers, I think it's a great, like the one that we have. So we've only tried this one.
Yep.
So we've only tried this one, and because we only have the one, I treat it as more of a special occasion kind of bottle. But it does have a lot of those flavors, those peanutty flavors that you know are going to come through there. It is high. I know sometimes I struggle with the price of a lot. I mean, not just Bookers, but just over, because you're paying for, like everything else, the name versus what's in it. So, I mean, Phil can talk to that obviously a lot more than I can.
Grandpa wants to know, has anybody opened the Leopold Brothers 3-chamber rye yet? We'd like to know that ourselves. That's one we don't have access to. Caleb, the B519. Yeah, up until very recently, we couldn't say anything about the B519. Now we can. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
I'm such a Booker snob, Eddie.
People love. I mean, it is like it's like, I guess most of Whiskey Tube love-hate relationships with a lot of stuff.
And it's not even love-hate for us. I enjoy it. I think
I do too.
Solid whiskey. What
really
I like about Booker's is that it's the very best of Jim Beam, and it has this like really delicious fruit note. Depending on the batch, it's always it seems like a different fruit. Because I've tried samples of it. We haven't bought bottles of it. We only have this one bottle, but sometimes it's so good. The fruit can be so good. 5 bourbon in the store. I'm going to try Buffalo Trace today. Fantastic, Ryan.
Great.
We want to hear all about it. Let us know.
For sure. Ooh,
5, 6, 7. Who's counting? Hey, Patrick.
Well, I think there was one video where I was like, I think we missed 5. I'm pretty sure we didn't get it right though, so that doesn't really count.
It's good infrastructure. Cheers, Rodney. Thank you. Yeah, it gets out of hand when we're not paying attention. And we said earlier tonight that the van is in the final stages of being ready for the big we're going to do a tour of it and show it off. We've been waiting on parts forever, and one of the biggest ones is about to be installed here in the next couple of weeks. We cannot wait.
I'm a little bummed because we have minimal shots of what it looked like before, which was lovely. Like, it was just a great setup. It was more of a weekender, and we are looking to try to go on to longer trips, and that's why we're redoing the van right now, just to kind of accommodate a little bit more storage, a little bit more accessibility, just a little bit more everything, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna be,
and a little bit more Norman.
a lot more Norman. Yeah. If you are in the RV or camper world, or just the parts world in general, you know how hard things are to get in stock right now. So that's what we're waiting on. But 1 or 2 of those things is going to be here in the next couple of weeks before our big trip. We cannot wait.
This is like so oaky, so vanilla-y. Ooh.
It's going to add in Bigfoot walking behind the next one.
A little spearmint. Sorry, I'm talking about this whiskey.
I might be Bigfoot myself out there. This whiskey's, it's such a brown sugar bomb. Are you getting that?
So I'm getting like oak, vanillas. I get a little spearmint. There's a little bit of that. Like, there's a mintiness. There's a little bit of that that comes on the finish. I always say that, but then I always think about like
that's a tasting note.
When you crack mint or like whatever, like you have some of those like minty leaves or whatever. They do add a little bit of, I don't know, maybe like a eucalyptus or something.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Whiskey Nose is here. We know Whiskey Nose. Well, we watch your videos, so cheers, welcome. When we be there in Montana? Ooh, a couple weeks after Labor Day at least.
Yeah, mid-September, I believe.
Yes, 20th? Weekend of the 20th, maybe? I think that's when that's
it. I don't have a calendar, but it is like a couple weeks after Labor Day.
Yeah. Outdoor cold weather affected nose and taste of the whiskey.
Mm.
Honestly, we've actually had some interesting experience with this. If you watched our Dickel 15 video and a couple of the 5 Sip Fridays around then, we were in the snow while it was relatively warm out. And that actually did, I feel like, create some different flavors and things.
It does, but I also think that
It was sharper.
I think bourbon, for me, drinking it during the winter, cooler months, I mean, it's satisfying all year round.
Mhm.
But there's something about that, like, it's a little bit chilly. You've got something really warm to, like, warm up your system. The flavors are really pronounced. Sometimes with the warm weather and, you know, your whole body temperature and the wind and everything, when it's warmer, you lose a little bit of it outdoors.
Yeah.
But I think in the winter, it's just a little bit crisper. And I think sometimes those notes kind of come through a little bit more. But we'll see
Absolutely.
this winter, because we were newbies on this last winter.
Tim says free whiskey in Gulfport. So we're going to Gulfport.
Woo!
I know you put the sarcasm, joking. I don't care. We're coming.
We're coming.
Fresno, California for Tyler.
Hey,
Hey,
West
absolutely.
Coaster.
That's 3 people drinking that Jack Daniel's singular barrel proof tonight.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah. And Joe?
Oh,
Just
Joe.
coming in strong. Joe,
Oh
one of our
my goodness.
has been such a great supporter of the channel all along, and actually one of the most interesting guys out there. A former race car driver.
Joe, I feel like this is a mistake.
Yeah. Maybe just hit a couple of numbers wrong, but we don't care. We thank you so much, Joe. It's
Joe,
fantastic.
lovely.
Yeah.
We love you.
This whiskey. Can we talk about this, Taylor, real quick?
I feel like I've been under the breath talking about it the entire time, but you know.
It's strawberries, which we're used to on Taylor.
Can I also say, Joe, I can't believe you. Seriously.
Joe, by the way, also another East Coaster. We when we do finally get the van to the East Coast, I think we need to visit some. We'll call them family. We'll call it the family out there.
Oh,
I
1000%.
think we need to do it. I'm
Yeah.
excited about it.
Yeah. Sorry. Back to the. So again,
Honestly, I
I'm
think I'm
upset that I always get upset when I like something that's expensive, but I'm like, I really like it. Because, you know, I'm not a cheap date. I'm a very cheap date. This is very good.
There's so much strawberry here. By the way, right on the back here, one of the first things that this shows, and you're going to learn a little bit about Phil right now. Edmund Haynes Taylor Jr., born in Kentucky in 1830. After moving to Louisiana with his great uncle, Zachary Taylor, as a boy, he eventually returned to Kentucky. So if you want to know one fact about me, I love presidential history.
Totally.
Zachary Taylor, one of my all-time absolute favorite presidents.
I'm sitting here going like, my knowledge of history is so poor that I was like, Zachary Taylor, he was the president, right? So I'm happy that I was not. It wasn't like a vice president.
The hero of the Mexican-American War died too young, unfortunately, either from tainted milk or possibly cherries. He loved raw milk and cherries, and something got to his stomach and affected him, and that's how he passed. But I've wanted to go to his gravesite. I believe it's in Louisville for a long time. They're somewhere in that area in Kentucky, because of course that's where he's from. Zachary Taylor. That's a tidbit for you.
I like it because I do also want to say that Phil's passion for the presidents, at least like the early presidents up to a certain point,
pretty much up until FDR,
is so contagious that I actually started reading more historical things that like true story. Well, I mean biographies, I guess. Which I would never have done. Like, I'm definitely a nonfiction reader.
Well, what did we listen to last year? We listened to a book on tape that was so
James
good.
Madison.
Nope. It was Destiny of the Republic. By the way, if you haven't read Destiny of the Republic, it's not like any other like.
No, not James
It's
Madison.
not a presidential. It's not a presidential like biography book. It is a fantastic adventure. It
is a really.
It's such a Destiny of the Republic. I can't remember.
Why can't I remember what that guy's name is? Wasn't it James?
Garfield.
Garfield. Okay.
Yeah. Fantastic, by the way. If you're looking for a really fascinating American history book.
If you're a history buff, DM that guy.
Yeah. Reality is always more interesting. It's always stranger than fiction, and we love it.
I was going to say, he'll talk your ear off for like days, and then you'll unsubscribe.
Brian Nicholson. Tell us how that David Nicholson is. I look at it every time I'm at the store. Buy it for me. I'll send money bookers. All right. If they still got it, I'll get it done for you.
Oh, yeah.
How are you going to have enough room for bottles for 2 months? Great question, because we're not just shopping for ourselves. Some of the people who have been instrumental in us getting bottles like this, we insist on helping them get the bottles that they can't get as well. So we will be implementing plenty of storage places so that we can get that done.
And we have bought little samples, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of our big things is that we're getting like.
Grab that 4-ounce bottle right there.
Which one am I looking at?
The bigger one of the little sample
yeah.
gas. We bought a ton of these 4-ounce sample bottles so that we can take most of this collection on the road, in a manner of speaking.
So we can enjoy delicious stuff, but also do more videos.
Right.
So we'll have to superimpose the beautiful bottles.
Our box actually, with the styrofoam and all this packing, contains 48 of those. So we can bring a lot of these on the road with us without actually bringing the full bottle, which means that we can bring a lot of bottles home.
Yeah.
It's going to be tricky. We'll figure it out.
I don't know. I'm actually so I will be honest, like these little.
This is a good point here about the age, because Baker 7 a lot of times covers that ground by itself.
Oh, good point. Going back to this, so we could have got the 2-ounce containers, but we thought 4 ounces is always better than 2, but then also contains it tamps down on how much drinking we should do once we park the van. Of course, we're not obviously drinking on the road.
Ever
But
do that.
Once we park the van and do the videos, then
Well, we also have dozens of 2-ounce sample bottles from people sending us samples. We have so many. We've sent out a few, but not nearly enough.
I know. And during this stupid pandemic, like, we got all these bottles in the shop and we want to share them. So,
Tom, you and your wife, thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, but it means the world to us. Thank you so much. That's just fantastic. You guys are the best. We spend a lot of time trying to figure things out from week to week, from video ideas to what whiskeys to buy. A lot of our patrons really help us out with that a lot. We get a lot of fantastic feedback. And you guys, our patrons, saw it this week with our 5 Sit Friday, how I train to try and get it together so that I can be, so that I can be educated, so that I can actually make educated guesses on 5 Sit Fridays and things. So we appreciate it. We just want to be helpful, and we want to be a little bit entertaining. Julie's entertaining. I'm helpful. I try to be. Right? That's the trade-off.
I just throw out random information.
Honestly, your palate's so much better than mine. Thank you, Tom, and wife whose name that we do not know. You guys are the best. Thank you, Joe. Absolutely.
Thank you, Joe.
One of the most interesting guys, by the way, Joe. Beantown Bourbon? What's your Instagram? I think it's Beantown Bourbon. I think so. Fantastic. So it's a fun follow. Toast my son who just shipped a Marine. Hey, John Beckham, here's to your son, shipping off. Best of luck. Stay safe and make us all proud. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's a big deal. Big deal right there. Free whiskey for y'all in Lima. I'm guessing that's not Peru. Is that Massachusetts? Where's Lima? Is that Massachusetts? Is that where that is? Come to Bowman Distillery, 3 miles from it, in John J. Bowman Single Barrel Strength. Julie bought me the last ever, maybe not bottle, but the last ever batch of, was it John Bowman or Abraham Bowman? The last Bowman name on the bottle before it became what it is now. I think it was Abraham Bowman.
Yeah.
It was the last one that he presided over as the big timer at the moment. Before we ever left Chicago, that was years and years ago. And it was delicious, absolutely delicious.
I know, we'll have to add it to the list.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many places.
We do love Virginia, though. We love DC. We love the monuments. We love going there, the museums, the monuments.
So big.
If you haven't picked up on it, I'm a major history guy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the factoids. Sometimes I even remember them. Do your East Coast run, come to Georgia. We'll do a major bookish flight. Eddie, you might see us sooner. You might see us sooner than you think. It depends on where we're going to wind up this year. China.
What?
Okay.
Having breakfast.
That's awesome. I didn't expect that at all. Welcome. Freed's first time. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Oh, I can only find it once in a while, like once a year, but buy every time. Yeah, sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably overpriced. Honestly, Thomas, Blanton's in Oregon, $60. Yeah,
Fair.
maybe, but that's in Oregon they don't price things up. We're lucky.
Yeah, I would agree.
Thank you, Ruby. You don't have to do that, but we appreciate that. Thank you. We've been very fortunate with all the love that we received from everybody out here. It's been great. So the lotteries are so tricky. One of the cool things
we
about
subscribe to the lotteries every time they come out. No luck.
The thing that I dig about the lottery in Oregon is that you choose your liquor store that you want to buy it from.
True.
And I believe, I might be mistaken on this, I'm pretty sure the liquor store gets an additional bottle that they get to sell when they're chosen. So it's just kind of a cool deal. At least everybody's equal. You know? It's tough. One of the crazy things here is that because of the allocation where everything sort of gets evenly spread out, some of the smaller towns in Oregon get tons of stuff. We've been in small liquor stores that have rows of Blanton's, Eagle Rare, Elijah Taylor, E.H. Taylor, literally rows of it.
Yeah.
That it'll take them days to sell, which would be gone in a minute in a lot of places. So we can't really complain about the way that Oregon does it. It's not always perfect, but it could be a lot worse. And you can't name your own prices. So
I was gonna say, just because I feel like we're very lucky because we can't price it up here. So yeah.
Bowman Brown is one of my favorite. Absolutely. And again, what we understand about that is that most of the Bowman stuff is Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 2, which is the Blanton's Mash Bill. We could be wrong on that, but we've never had a bad bottle of Bowman. We've always enjoyed it. Completely agree right there. It's a big deal. Lima, Ohio. Lima.
Oh, Ohio. Okay. Nice.
Well, Joe, we're going to be in Ohio before too long, a.k.a. Beantown.
You could have fooled us.
Beantown is in Ohio? Color me surprised. I've just always assumed that Beantown.
Boston.
I just thought Boston. All right, well, you better watch out because in October, we might slide by.
I like that everything's a town, right? Like Chi-Town.
Sure.
Beantown.
Yeah. Downtown Julie Brown.
P-Town.
P-Town.
I don't know. Portland. I just made that up. I don't know what the P-Town is.
It's something for sure.
There's a lot of towns. You know.
Your Taylor's gone.
I know. I really liked it, and
You housed it. Housed.
I don't know what that means.
That's a phrase from the 90s.
I'm a child of the 90s.
Yeah.
But I don't know housed. It was really good, and again, you know how I hate to say this ridiculous bottle is delicious. It's delicious.
It's almost like confectioner sugar on the
really
nose,
like
which seems crazy. But also, if you stuff your nose in a bag of confectioner sugar, it's a little bit uncomfortable because the sugar goes up your nose. Kind of the same situation.
I will also say, I'm a couple bourbons in right now, and things do tend to taste a little bit better the more that you're drinking them, to a certain point, of course. But I'm enjoying it. I've had lovely pours today.
This is an incredible richness. Is it still Wednesday? Good grief. It's amazing. Here's a good question from Thomas, and this is a good, let's see. My goodness. Do you have any recommendations for exceptional liquor stores in Oregon? I have a few in Portland metro area, but I am willing to travel. It means I might find something more rare or unique. Okay, Thomas, I'm going to give you some advice. There are 3 stores that I love in the state of Oregon. And this is for all you Oregonians that are loath to tell people the best places to go. Well, I am sorry, but
are you going to say place it here because it's not very strategically placed?
No, but there's 3 stores that I love.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so number one in Portland,
Oh yeah,
Rose City Liquor.
great.
They have, first off, they have a great selection for as small as their store is, because a lot of city stores are like tiny little corners. They don't have much. Rose City, a little bit larger. They have a full wall, and they make terrific store picks. They have great store picks. Number two, Bend South Liquor, just
Right.
off Highway 97. Full wall of bourbons and ryes and American whiskeys, and all sorts of other things. They're fantastic. And one of the things that I like about them is they are woman owned, and a lot of what comes out of their reviews wise is people saying, I went in there, I was respected, I wasn't talked down to. Kind of part and parcel of, people being respected, whether they know a lot or not about whiskey. I think that that's kind of a big deal, and we've always appreciated them for that. I think that's a big deal. And then Trailhead Liquor on the north side of Bend, fantastic store picks, by the way. Right now, they have an Elijah Craig, they have an Ezra Brooks, they have a Rebel.
It's like our go-to.
They have a Rebel store pick that's great. Their Ezra Brooks beats old Ezra 7, in my opinion. Go there and get that. They've got just fantastic store picks, super knowledgeable staff that knows everything there is to know about whiskey. So highly recommend it. Those are the three. But Rose City Liquor, if you're in the Portland area, we just love them.
I know I'm a little bummed because we were just in Ashland, which is another one of the, well, actually it's way smaller than where we live, but like still kind of on the 5, which if you're following the major highways. We didn't go to the local liquor stores there, and I wish we would have, because then we could have scoped that out a little bit. And then we haven't spent any time in like the capital area, right? Like Salem
and Eugene
and
that
Eugene
sort of thing.
and stuff. So
yeah, when it comes to Portland and Central Oregon, though,
I agree with
that's
you
the
on
big
that.
three.
Yeah.
Truth.
Totally.
True story.
Oh, yeah, I could always crush it.
Joe loves Rose City too. Yeah, I mean, they do a great job there.
Yep.
Terrific store picks. We've had some good ones from there. Well, okay, so I think it's time for us to start wrapping this up tonight. We've got OGD bonded. How did you like that?
What is it, $26?
24.
Oh, 24, even better.
Or less in a lot of places.
Again, we've had it all summer long. It might be one of my biggest surprises, because you think like, it's going to be whatever. It's always delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Inside, outside, at the table.
Yeah.
I just like it.
It's delicious.
And like the orange bottle, and
there's
I don't know. There's just so much to
much
like about it.
There's so much love for OGD 114. And
rightly so. Yeah.
Under $30, barrel proof, delicious, 114 proof. It's great. But OGD bonded, the flavor profile.
There's something like more cohesive about the bonded versus the 114 has a very distinct flavor profile, whereas the bonded is just like a really lovely drink.
I would also say that you and I are not proof hounds.
No, so I enjoy them, but
the 114 is an overexpressed version of OGD bonded, which for us, OGD bonded just hits our palate better. So if you're a high proof sort of person, OGD 114 is probably going to speak to you. Whereas if you like something a little easier drinking, that bonded is kind of where it's at. For us, we're in love with it. And tell me what you thought about the Penelope. I'm going to smell the glass again because it was terrific.
So I will say I'm excited. It
smells like a Christmas tree now.
I know. I'm excited to know where this one's going to go. So Penelope is probably one of my most anticipated ones that I've been waiting for. I loved the flavor. You can kind of tell that it was a neck pour, right? Like you could see that there's more going to happen on that. Yeah. But I did get like a lovely like sweetness, a lovely like rhubarb. So it's not like those raspberries or whatever that's going in, but like a very nice strawberry,
nice
sugary
complexity for as young as it is.
Like nice a mix, like a pie filling kind of deliciousness about it.
It's a bottle that we obviously can't get here, and I'm so happy we have. Delicious.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it was my most exciting. And then I will say, because I know you're going to ask about the...
Can I ask you about the Taylor?
Yeah, why not? It's an unfortunate for me. I really want to be super critical on anything that costs more money than You know, I'm always like, everything should cost this much money. This is crazy.
Yeah.
To me, super surprised. I have not been the biggest Taylor fan in the past. This is probably outside of like, I really did like the rye that I tried not too long ago. This is definitely my favorite one.
Here's what's crazy. That rye in Oregon sells for $70.
Yeah.
This barrel proof, $73.
Yeah, if you can find it, I thought that it was stellar.
When we say if you can find it, we know most people can't.
Yeah.
We get it, but it is solid whiskey.
I know.
But that doesn't
totally.
Hey, look.
But if you can find it, like pick it up. It was delicious.
We'd like to do another live stream next Wednesday.
Oh.
That is the plan. And everybody's been talking about their favorite whiskeys of 2021 so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's a good idea for us next Wednesday, and we have some surprises on it. And barrel proofers that are not Taylor, we're going to talk a little bit about those.
Okay.
So
Phil just like comes up with ideas, and then I'm just along for the ride. So hopefully we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Melissa. So sweet of you. We are completely on the same page. Everybody, healthy, great whiskey. Enjoy the rest of the week. Absolutely. Going to download the Big Grip. Hey, enjoy it. Thank you so much. Bourbon of the Week. This was awesome. I'm going to keep hunting the HTO. Keep hunting. Bourbon of the Week found this bottle right here. Old Fitzgerald, 8-year earlier today. And definitely follow Chris. Follow Bourbon of the Week. They're so close to 1,000 subscribers. Good night, Ruby. Thanks so much. Thanks for that Penelope bottle. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much. I'm so pumped.
Scritch Norm behind the inspiration. You know we will. He loves the scritches. Absolutely. Yeah. Lyle, cheers. Thank you so much. Lyle, stay tuned on Monday. We got something special for you. And
or not. Maybe
it's not that special. Well, either way, thanks, everyone. This was such a fun time. We love hanging out with you. We'll see you next Wednesday. Yep. And from wherever we are
to wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, everyone, for joining in.